You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Oh, we got a lineup today here on the show. How about this? That's what happens when you get the QB rankings quiz show. Nobody gets more excited about this. Dumb little exercise. Then Hamby.
Oh, no. Already getting crapped on.
Nah,
I like it, man. I actually enjoy this thing. It's a gift that keeps on giving. We can do this
Yeah.
I mean, we hold people accountable the entire year. We've been on the Kirk Cousins bandwagon now for the past 3 years.
That's
I feel
right.
like. So
the third annual.
this is. I mean, we almost gotta get a song, Hamby. We need to get T-shirts. This has to be more of a production. I feel like.
Okay.
This is gonna be one of the staples of the show. I feel like going forward.
You don't get held accountable for much here on this show, but you do for your quarterback takes.
Absolutely.
that is for sure. So we've got Camp Darling coming up here in a short time. We asked this question last week. Wanted to give it a little bit of time about who would be Camp Darling. I think there's another level of this too, at least a week into camp, just to put a little bit of a bow on the first week of Jaguars Camp 2026. I think there's some players on the Jags that you almost kind of forget about. They're going to play big roles and nobody's talking about. And I think there's a decent list of those kind of guys because the Jags have some good storylines, and it feels like they have some good players. That's not always the case around Jacksonville, where you can go depth-wise and say, hey, I like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So they have a little bit of that. J.P. Shadrick, congrats to him. He is the new play-by-play man of the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, everyone around town knows J.P., been in Jacksonville for a long time, even going back before the Jags days. And almost thought he was on track to be a Major League Baseball play-by-play guy, and now gets a huge opportunity with the Arizona Cardinals. He's been doing a lot of good work in college football and with Westwood One in the NFL already. So he's going to join the show. We'll have some fun with him. And Josh Cameron, one of those receivers, C.J. Williams and Josh Cameron, certainly in that mix for maybe darlings, but also bigger roles for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the receiving is pretty deep for the Jags. Kind of remember the 1 year, I can't remember now if it's 22 or 23. It's probably 23 because 22 would have been the year they were coming off that they had some success. But it was Zay Jones. It was Christian Kirk. It was Evan Ingram. Was Marvin Jones still? Marvin Jones wasn't around anymore in 23. But I remember talking about that time, even the back end of their receiving core, that they had some depth. Well, it was Ridley then at 23. Did they add Ridley?
Yeah.
In 23? Maybe that was it. And but even the back end guys like that 5th, 6th, 7th wide receiver spot, we got a little excited about in camp at the very least. And then what happens is you need some of those guys because receivers get hurt. It's very unusual for your receiving group to make it through the year. I mean, when was the last time that even happened in Jacksonville where they were healthy? I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. made it through last year, but he wasn't healthy for a good chunk of stretch of the season. Obviously, Travis Hunter wasn't healthy. I mean, you go back, Christian Kirk was not healthy for a couple of different stints. Evan Ingram as well. I mean, I'm counting him as a receiver here. But so it's just hard to do, and you need some of that back-end depth. You need a little bit of a Camp Darling or a gem to step up.
Would you call him a darling to their face? Be like, hey, man, just to let you know, before we go to practice today, you are my darling for this.
You are my Camp Darling.
I'm just saying.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
No.
All right. Hamby?
I wouldn't either. This is one of the best comments I've ever seen. Jags Japan says, I better see an AI image of Nick Mullins rocking a Braves jersey, singing backup vocals at a Rush concert with Hamby in front row hammering LSU unders.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Is that what's happening?
Not quite.
No? You don't have an AI under that?
That's my dream show.
So anyway, we'll talk a little bit about the receiving core and where else the Jaguars are pretty good. Overall, listen, we've been talking about this. Just kind of the Jags are off today, and then get right back on it. But the is it an appropriate feeling around the Jaguars right now? Is it too good of a feeling? Is it everybody a little sunshine and rainbows? Is it any false kind of bravado even from the fan base? Or is this just what happens in camp time, which we know everybody's a little bit positive when you have 0 losses, right? I mean, but how do you view the first week? Accurate in the euphoria, if you will? Because there's been a lot of positive out there. I mean, a couple of injuries, knock on wood. That's the one that kind of brings it into a Debbie Downer phase.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke on this yesterday a little bit where it's okay for this fan base to kind of mimic what the players and the coaches are feeling. And obviously, was it perfect the first week? Absolutely not. But are they ahead of schedule where they were compared to last year? Yes. So I think it's okay to be optimistic. I think Liam Cohen and company, I mean, yeah, they're going to, they're going to give you the meat and potatoes and say, we got to clean up on this, clean up on that, and everything, as you should during a training camp. But I think there is a lot of excitement and enthusiasm if you interview some of these players. And as a Jaguars fan, it's okay to share that exact same philosophy right now.
I like what you just said there. Are they ahead of schedule? And we've had some comments out at camp just from folks of what they're diving into already. Some of just the, I don't know, whether it's schematically or the installations or what they're already operating on 3 or 4 days into camp, now 5, 6, or 7 days into camp. And I think that is noticeable. But I also think, I really do take Trevor. Trevor got off to a slow start on Wednesday. Then the offense didn't have a great day yesterday. But overall, Thursday, Friday, I think they had a day off Saturday. So Sunday, he started to piece together. And I just keep going back to that quote from Cohen when we asked him what the next step was. It's hey, you jump in there. And he mentioned, he's by Thursday, Friday, by the weekend, you want to kind of see Trevor look the way he looked last year. It's not hey, give me 2 weeks. It was no, let's just jump right into that. And I think some of the throws he made and some of the ways he looks were examples of that maybe being ahead of schedule. It might start right there, Austin. He is the guy that's ahead of schedule because he understands this offense in and out now. And now you've got so many guys returning that also do the same thing, the lining up issues, which we really haven't seen. There was a moment in practice on Sunday, I think it was, which overall was the Travis Hunter practice that got the headlines. And squashed in there, and nobody even mentioned this really, was this moment where back-to-back penalties in practice, back-to-back by the offense, just operational. They didn't even get snap off.
Yeah.
And remember, there's a lot of that last year. I don't know about training camp, but probably, but definitely in the preseason, which you got worried about right away, and then also in the first half of the year. I think somebody said at that time that would have been the fourth practice. That was their second and third penalties on offense of the 4 days. And it came right within 5 minutes of each other, the two of them. So I guess that's my point, right? There's an emphasis on cleaning up penalties, but the operation just looks a lot smoother and should be with all the continuity.
No, without a doubt. This is the second year in the system, second year at the install, second year at the playbook. I would be extremely nervous if we're going to practice, and even if it's the first week and we're seeing penalty after penalty, right? Because that means all right, well, what did you guys learn from last season? And yes, maybe they finished a little stronger in terms of the penalties as opposed to when they started, but you can't deny the fact that in every metric, they either finished second or third in terms of penalties. And that can't be a thing if you're trying to make a Super Bowl run. So I do like the fact and once again, I think practice is a little more lenient with penalties sometimes than it is in a game, right? Yeah. So to me, the really indication, we'll see how much the starters play, but that first preseason game is going to be, I think, the ultimate test to see, okay, had they learned from last year a little bit? Because I want to go back to Doug Marrone in those years when we were doing the show, and I said, this is going to be an issue, right? And everyone said, well, it's preseason. I'm like, no, if it's going on in preseason, watch what happens in the regular season. Yeah. And lo and behold, they were one of the most penalized teams that year with Doug Marrone. So it's definitely something I'll be watching the preseason.
Yeah, I think we had an interesting question from Jags Japan right here. I still worry about secondary if Hunter isn't great away. Teams like Cincy, Denver, even New England early in the season could be hard to keep up. I don't know if I feel like that. I mean, I define great. I think I don't know if he needs to be great. Now, you don't want him to play poor, right? I get that. But I don't know. I don't know if those teams scare me to that degree. If Travis Hunter doesn't play well. I mean, defensively, you would think they will be pretty sound with so many guys back. I mean, it's concerning if both sides of the ball don't at least play to some level of pretty good in the early stages of the season because they have so many guys coming back.
They do, but I get a little bit of the fear because all we have to go off of is what the last game was. And against Buffalo in that fourth quarter, there were some big plays given up.
Yeah.
To
a lot of backup secondary guys.
Yeah, sure. But that's all people have to go off of. I mean, who was covering Keon Coleman on that one play?
Oh, jeez.
I can't.
You're the elephant in the room with a good memory, that means.
I got you.
Yeah.
I can't remember, honestly.
I can't either.
Was it Lewis? Lewis wasn't.
No,
Lewis was hurt.
Lewis hurt, yeah. But whatever the case might be, there's still going to be a little scar tissue there until you see otherwise. Like, the same thing with the interior pass rush. I'm sure there's still a fear of that right now. And I can sit here and say, okay, well, Eric Armstead is looking great at training camp so far, and we'll see if they bump Trayvon Walker down. Aurora seems to have a great first step. He can add to it. We can say all these things, but until we see it for ourselves in the game, it's all just kind of hearsay.
Yeah, I was thinking of that a little bit yesterday because I did the schedule in emergency on Sunday night on Action Sports Jack's primetime. An emergency session of the schedule. And we talked so much about the schedule way back in May. But, again, it's a reminder. The Jags come out of the gates, and it's like that's the toughest part of the schedule. And we know that, at least what it looks like. You got to get off to a halfway decent start. And they really did last year. We said the same thing last year, like, uh-oh, that's a tough start. Well, they end up 4-1, right? And it sets the tone for everything. Even they get away with playing not so great for a couple of weeks, and then they get on their run. So we can say the Jags need to be 3-3. What if they were 4-2? They can't be 1-5. Like all those different things. I think more closely to that is how do they match up with some of these teams? I mean, you're going to get back-to-back weeks. You get Denver and New England.
Yeah.
On the road and here. And again, not to just bypass Cleveland, but that certainly is a different feel and a different matchup than weeks 2 and 3. And then when you head to London, you get Philadelphia and Houston. Mm-hmm. So I think specifically what has my attention is just how they match up the receivers against because the receivers right now are so talked about for Jacksonville, how they match up against all those opponents' defenses, from Houston to Patrick Surtain to Christian Gonzalez. I mean, there's some good matchups there for Brian Thomas Jr. and others. And then on the other side of things, how do they match up against Bo Nix and Sean Payton, Drake May, and I mean, Philadelphia, right, on defense. I think they can, but those are the matchups,
of course,
right there.
Yeah.
But you kind of like your chances, right? Let's just take the Jags receiving core in those games that I mentioned. Yeah, they've got a shutdown guy. They've got good defenses, but the Jags should be able to operate with all their different weapons, and you just got to figure out which matchups to take advantage of.
Without a doubt, it was kind of the MO the whole entire second half of the season last year was take what they give you, right? And I don't expect that to change at all. Now I expect to see a little more, and Liam Cohen's made this very clear, of running the football and establishing the run. But no, this is the beauty of the offense. You don't have a Puka Nacua or Justin Jefferson that you got to feed 15 times a game, right? Where you have to go out of your way because you're paying him like buku bucks. Like look at Zay Flowers now in Baltimore. And he was always kind of the guy. But now you mean to tell me what you're paying Zay Flowers? And if you're a fantasy football fan and you draft him, you better be expecting at least 15 targets a game. Mm-hmm. How are you going to justify that paycheck if you're not getting 15 targets a game, right? So that's what Baltimore's going to have to deal with. That's what Minnesota and the Rams, if they pay Puka, what they'll have to deal with. With Jacksonville, it's a little more of, we're paying some guys some money, but any given Sunday, any guy can go off.
Yeah. Hamby, you got confidence this team starts fast or at least can play? I'm not sure that they win games. I don't know because both those teams are good. Most of those teams that I just mentioned. But do you think they start – I mean, again, last year they didn't start fast on offense. Started fast on defense. Got a ton of turnovers that kept them in the games. But they did not start fast on offense. I mean, do you expect – are you surprised, again, against quality competition from pretty good defenses in that first 6 weeks, if they're not scoring 24-plus a game?
I wouldn't be shocked if they start a little slow.
Really? Just because of the nature of the season? Or what other reason?
Just because I think, as much as I want to say that they'll hit the ground running and pick up exactly where they left off, I still think there's, you're going to try to run bigger personnel groupings, which is new. And I know that Liam Cohen said they're still at 11, 12 personnel team, which I get, but that's just another wrinkle. But they made it a priority, so it's going to be a decent wrinkle. So there might be a little, they might get off to a slow start in that regard of when to mix it in and when not to mix it in, and how to get Travis Hunter back onto the field and usage and all of those things. It might take them a week or a couple of weeks, especially against good defenses, to figure out what they want their target share to be amongst those top 4 guys: BT, Jacoby, Parker, and Travis Hunter. That's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I'd be a little surprised if they don't. I mean, I think that's especially on the offensive side, but really both sides of the ball. It just, I mean, again, it doesn't mean it's going to be clean and great, but I think that's kind of the point of this year. They should be able to not just pick right back up, but they should be able to look like a damn good team pretty early.
No, without a doubt. And I think you get off to a pretty good start against the Cleveland Browns. Now, I get it. The Browns defense is going to be a formidable opponent, even in losing Myles Garrett. But if you followed the Browns defense last year, I think they were like the top team in the league in terms of stopping the pass, right? So this is going to be, and once again, I get defenses change year in and year out, right? And once again, having Myles Garrett last year probably helped in the pass game a little bit because the guy was getting like a sack every 10 snaps. But I think if you look at Jacksonville, what they're trying to do, I mean, what a better game to establish physicality where it's like, okay, if we want to take our pass game away, you got some pretty good corners, some safeties and everything. All right, let's try to run the football down your throat and see how physical you are at home in the heat, which I think makes a difference.
I actually think 3 out of the first 6 games, at least in my mind, you can really run the ball effectively against the quality of defenses. Cleveland, I think Denver was susceptible to the run last year. I think the Jags did a pretty good job of it in Denver, in fact. But I think the numbers, now that doesn't mean they won't be good against the run this year. I'm just saying coming off last season. And then I think the other one is Houston. I mean, that's where you can beat Houston a little bit. They're not always great against the run. I mean, those really good pass defenses are a little less stubborn against the run often. So we'll see if they're able to enforce their will a little bit. One other note about this conversation, and kind of the reason I brought it up, and they're going to get playing a game next Saturday, against the New Orleans Saints, except it's probably going to look different because I don't think there's a lot of anticipation that these guys that we're going to see out there on Sunday, September 13th against Cleveland Browns are going to be playing. That will probably be the first time we see them in game action. Like that. That's my guess because of these joint practices. And obviously it's a small sample no matter what, even if they do play. And some will, because I would think the Ventrell Millers of the world versus the Branson Combs, those guys will play, and one of those guys will be playing on Sunday, September 13th. But I just think it's a little bit more focused on as I mentioned yesterday, the 4 joint practices, and also the curiosity of camp leading into that first game in those first 6 weeks is you're not going to really get a feel, most likely, on these Saturday and Friday games in August. We usually have some semblance of a feel, and usually there we warn you, say, hey, what happens on a Saturday in New Orleans doesn't always transition into September anyhow. So, it's probably not that big a deal, but I think the mystery will be a little bit more like the LA Rams have experienced, over the years, where you just don't know until they kick it off. In the real thing, you don't even have an idea what it's going to look like overall. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby. All right, let's get to the Camp Darlings, which I would not say to the face of any of these guys. And the idea, the rules here are simply it's got to be like a back-end draft pick, right? Guys, we're not talking about a lot. I mean, you could Wesley Williams, a 4th-round pick. We're not talking about a lot. I don't really think he qualifies as a 4th-round pick. But, I mean, you could go to that degree. I think the C.J. Williams, the Josh Camerons of the world, or it could be an undrafted free agent. Usually one of those, or maybe even 2 of those, make the team. James Gladstone has been good at that with the Rams, finding a gem. So it's usually a back-end draft, but primarily an undrafted free agent. And I think the options are kind of limited this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars because they have so many players returning and playing prominent roles.
For sure.
And you've only been to a couple practices.
OTAs as well.
And OTAs obviously going back. So, let's lead you off. What do you got?
You want me going first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just going to stick with the guy that I said in OTAs. Although he is in terms of depth, he is far, far back, and no one's really talking about him. But what I like about this guy is that he looks different. And we're talking about Michael Wortham. In terms of what he's able to do out of the backfield, I've seen, and obviously as a wide receiver slot kind of guy, he looks different than what they have at the wide receiver position. I know there's some special teams mixed in there as well in terms of being a returner. Once again, when you're playing behind Travis Hunter, Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., C.J. Williams, Josh Cameron, Tim Jones even, it's going to be, I feel hard for him to really find his footing and even get a roster spot per se outside the practice squad. But I think if you want to talk about a guy that Liam Cohen could use in certain packages that could highlight his attributes of being shifty in space and being hard to tackle, that's where I think he comes into play. So I'm going to bank more on not necessarily where he's in the depth chart, but what you can do with him in certain types of offensive looks. So I'll take Michael Worth.
I like it. That's pretty good. A good little deep dive. By the way, just to give you options of undrafted free agents for the Jags, we've been out there a bit. There's just not a lot to wow. And again, I think that says where the floor of the Jags are at. It's hard
Right.
to probably crack that. But like you got names like Brady Boyd and Trebor Pena and Michael Wortham, who Austin just mentioned. Joey Aguilar at quarterback. Jamori Taylor is a guy that could maybe factor in a little bit running back wise. Like he could be a pick. That's Noah Schlicksup guy, so I'm not going to take him.
Oh, is it really? Because I've only heard it like 25 times from Noah Schlitzlup when I'm at practice.
I mean, you'd think freaking Taylor was Lawrence
Fred.
Taylor
Yeah.
or Fred. You're right.
Yeah.
Quindarius Dunnigan, Jalen Hunt, TJ Bowlers was a guy that I wanted to kind of see. His dad played here. I thought cool story, right? That he's signed as an undrafted free agent. Brian Thomas Jr. on the defensive side.
a Y.
Devin Marshall, Devin Neal, with a Y, Preston Hodge. Like those are just some of the picks. And I got to be honest with you guys, I can't just make something up about that. Like I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. Usually by this time you would have seen someone. Now, one weekend, it's about the pass catchers usually in the corners.
Right.
Like I like
Yeah.
the Muhammad kid. I feel like that died down a little bit from the spring and the first practice or two, and that's where I thought I'd probably go as an undrafted free agent out of Oregon last year. And I thought maybe he could work in the mix, and he might still be able to. But I'm not lying to you and saying I keep seeing stuff the last few days that catch my attention. I think the obvious one here is what Jack Japan says, and I know he's a draft pick, but later draft pick, and to me it's C.J. Williams. I mean, he's made plays all over the place, and I thought it was incredibly loud what Jacoby Myers said about him. He's like, he doesn't make mistakes, mental mistakes. He's like, and then he kind of backtracked a little bit. He's like, well, I might make one, but then doesn't make it again. Like he essentially said the guy's playing clean right off the rip. He's a Stanford guy. At least that's where he played his last year. I mean, there's some intelligence to that. But I just thought that was pretty good. And he does make play. He made another play yesterday, right at the goal line. So right at the pylon. And to me, that's what this is about. It's like, wow, that's eye-popping. Can he take that to the games? He's going to get a lot of reps in these 3 preseason games, and then does he make the team? So taking a little bit of an easier out with the draft pick, going C.J. Williams. He's just been, to me, the best young guy that I've seen out there on the field. Hamby, you got anything? I know you haven't been out there much, so you got to kind of go off what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to go off of a guy that I still don't think most people are talking about, and I'm going to say I'm going to go on the defensive side of the football. And the Kaiser injury, unfortunately for him, but it helps this guy. I'm going to go with the Jaguars' last pick in this year's draft. I'm going to go with Parker Hughes, 7th-round pick, Middle Tennessee State. This is the guy that ran the 4.4. So, I think you normally carry 5 linebackers. So if you have Foye, Ventrell, Branson, and Gardeck is thrown in there just for the point of, is he an edge? Is he a linebacker? They have him as a linebacker, so I'll keep those 4. I think it's between Parker and Yasir because of Kaiser's injury as of right now. So do they want to get Parker Hughes a spot? Is he better on special teams than Yasir Abdullah? Does he offer him a little bit more speed at that position? Can he mix in off the edge every once in a while? I think the speed is real, and I think that, if they love Branson Combs, I think they'll kind of like or love Parker Hughes as well. So I could see him being a guy that, especially in the preseason, if he makes a couple of plays, and I'm sure he'll get plenty of reps, maybe he finds himself on the roster as the 53rd dude.
Yeah, a 7th-round guy. And there's some room there, right? They need some backups, and that's if they don't have any other
Bartlett
injuries.
as well.
Yeah.
Bartlett they just brought in, and then he got carted off. So the Project X guy was Durfee, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if he's
more hand in the dirt.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying I don't think he's done anything crazy yet.
I haven't seen
It's going to be interesting to watch that maturation through this month, and probably ends up on a practice squad or something. But that was just an interesting story to see kind of some of the things that they find and that he has, and if it works out. Because, again, the Jags are getting some of those back. They're getting exactly what Austin asked for years. Some of these later-round guys now, some of those gems, where are the gems? Well, we're staring at a couple of them.
Yeah.
Parker Washington, Antonio Johnson leading the list.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, really gems potentially for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't even know if it's potential anymore, especially with Parker. It is a real deal. I've got a flip on this just for like a minute conversation or so. And who are we not talking about that, like, they're going to play major roles? And I'll give you an example. And I get this to some degree. First few days, you don't usually talk about the offensive line, but we're talking about Anton Harrison all the time. And that means you talk a little bit about Walker Little or Nadoga and But we're not talking about that interior at all.
I haven't heard Hainsey's name. And
well, Hainsey, one thing, but I think Ezra Cleveland hasn't been mentioned here in Jacksonville going back to last September. I mean, it's amazing how much he has locked down that left guard spot. And even with them picking Emmanuel Pregnon, which fans loved it, right?
Of course.
They loved the Pregnon pick. But the Jags are pretty, I think, upfront about that. Hey, he's probably not going to factor in too early in this thing. And part of that is because Ezra Cleveland has played outstanding football. I mean, he's really been good for them. The one other thought on that is, how's that battle going with Wyatt Milam and McCarry? And I just don't feel like I've heard a ton about Milam or seen a lot about Milam yet to say, oh, man, he's going to go steal that guy's job. I think it's more about the health of McCarry rather than, hey, Wyatt Milam, you got to get him in the lineup.
For sure,
and
for sure.
Now, we're very early stages of that. But I think it will be interesting to see how that plays out.
No, without a doubt. And let's be honest, though. When we talk about interior-wise, especially on the offensive line, are we really watching with binoculars to seeing who's dominating, who's not? That's going to present itself more, I think, in the preseason games, right?
Or the joint practices.
Or the joint practices as well. You see those one-on-ones and everything. But, yeah, it is really kind of hard to get a gauge right now with Pregnon. Obviously I was excited for him. I mean, he's an Oregon guy. I see my son in the chat, by the way. So, he's back again. Hey, enjoy this now because school's starting up next week, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me if we have to watch what we say.
No, we're fine, man. But remember, hey, when you go to school, you make sure to tell them to park washing that button. You know what I'm saying? or Brenton Strange that button. No, because I don't want you to block it. I want you to kill it. I want you to smash it.
Kill it or decleat it.
Kill it or
Brenton
decleat
Strange.
I could go, kill it, decleat it. Yeah, for sure. But no, I think that's going to present itself more when we have the joint practice and things like that.
Yeah. Anybody? I mean, you could, to your point there, you could say a Devon Hamilton, right?
Yep.
Because of the nature of the position.
haven't heard Regis's name.
Haven't, but I wouldn't say that doesn't fit my qualification there because I don't know what we're getting out of him.
Okay.
I'll put Antonio Johnson in here. I don't think people have really talked much about Antonio Johnson. I think he's your starting safety.
Right.
And not really saying much. People don't talk about Eric Murray. Every time I'm out there, I feel like he makes a play. I think he had another pick yesterday. So, I mean, he's played, I feel like, very good. He looks really good. You can tell that when the guys are being pushed, there's a little bit of an urgency even from an 11th-year player in the National Football League. So, those guys come to mind to me. And we'll see what else. The other guy, the guy that really should be more of a story that isn't, because everybody mentions him and did so in your interview with Foye Oluokun.
Yep.
And again yesterday, Anthony Campanile. And I'll say I saw this guy in the first few days of camp quite a bit, and that's number 93. That's Matt Dickerson. That is a guy that they can't keep off the field, I think. Because of the way he helped change them and their run game and what he did for them. But he also is the model of a story. That's what Campanile used yesterday of this is what this regime's going to do. This is what the head coach is going to do. He's going to take a guy that's playing well. He's going to play him.
Yep.
And not because where you drafted, how much you're getting paid, all that. He is like the poster child for that. You come in here and play, and you come in here and play in October and practice, you look good, and practice on Wednesday, Thursday. Hard to look good in practice in season.
Without a
doubt.
Right?
And turn heads. He obviously did that and helped them a bunch. It was really good. I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowl guy, but I think he's pretty darn good player for them.
Yeah.
And if you even look at depth chart, he's third on the depth chart, even going into this year. But I think it's going to be really hard to keep him out of the mix in some way.
Yeah.
He's really a cool story.
Yeah, his transaction list is a laundry list. It's so long.
Yeah, so where was he all at?
All right.
7 of them, I believe.
Yeah, he signed with Tennessee as an UDFA in 2018.
Okay.
Signed a contract with Vegas, waived by Vegas, signed with Arizona. The next year after that, signed with Kansas City, waived by them a couple days later, 2 weeks later, claimed by Atlanta, signed back with KC on their practice squad, signed to their active roster in 23, waived later in the season by Kansas City, signed to the practice squad immediately after that, stayed in Kansas City. Then in 24, in October, so he was without a job to start the 24 season.
Yeah.
Signed with Miami, signed to the active roster a month later, then released over the offseason. So he was released by Miami last August. The Jags signed him to the practice squad 2 days later, and he never left. And obviously he signed an extension or an actual contract, probably his first real one, in February of this year.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Craziness.
Yeah, great journey.
That's what we call a journeyman.
Just
That's the
never-
definition.
Hey, and by the way,
Never unpack your bags. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Crazy.
he signed a 1-year, $1.5 million deal.
Yeah.
The way they talk about him, he's got to be worth way more than that. But to him, after all of that give and go, that's got to seem like the ultimate security that he finally got a 1-year.
My guy just wants a home.
Yeah.
He wants to be able to unpack his bags.
We got him on the request list for the next week.
Can I
so hopefully we'll
unpack?
catch up.
Yeah, can I unpack my bags and just relax a little bit?
Yeah.
You know.
Cool story. Is a neat story. But I think what's valuable about that is not just a cool story for like us and maybe even for fans. I think you can feel how much they think he's a cool story. You know, like like player to player or the coaches, and really like that model of, hey, anybody can make it here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Get in here, compete, and anybody can make it here. And you can kind of feel that in this organization. Let's hit a break. We come back. Hamby's favorite.
Wait, so who are the players one more time so we can put them out there?
Oh, okay. It was I had C.J. Williams.
Yep.
You had remind me Wortham.
There we go. Welcome back.
Which, by the way, I have a little difficulty with his name. I'm not sure. I got to check it. Wortham.
I like Wortham, but
I think I messed it up a little bit on TV the other night. And Hamby's got Hughes.
Had a baby.
Hey.
Hughes and Durfee I get mixed up sometimes, not going to lie.
Is-
Still in the early stages here.
You think that is definitely like the deepest, right? Position group?
Which one?
The defensive ends, like with Durfee and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you got B.J. Green. I mean, we were talking about it, but, like, William, like,
Strigo.
you have two rookies that are trying to, like, make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
Behind two older veterans, we could call them veterans, but,
Yeah.
guys that are, like, hungry to still make a team.
Yeah. What's crazy is, like, you're right, but it's like, how much production are you getting behind Josh and Trayvon is still maybe the biggest question this team has.
True, but what are you going to go with? Are you going to put the rookies on the practice squad, or are you going to put a guy like B.J. Green in the practice squad?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to keep 6 defensive ends.
The way I've seen B.J. Green go, I think he's definitely on there.
So you're going to put the rookies in the practice squad?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. A little look ahead. We'll be back. Brent Austen Show. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Who's this at? C.J. Stroud's too high. That's not Austin. Kyler Murray's probably top 5.
Yeah, we'll see.
When we say the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network is everywhere, we mean it. If you don't want to see our ugly faces and you just want to hear our takes, listen to the podcast. It's up 30 minutes after every live show. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google Play. It's really that simple. Just pull out your phone. I'm on Spotify, Action Sports Jacks. Every episode is right there, split into hour chunks, so you get exactly what you're looking for.
I think it would be a better chance that Branson Combs wins the weak side linebacker spot than Wyatt Milam wins the right guard spot. And that's more because Patrick McCurry has done more in the league.
Stupid take.
He's more.
Maybe you only have 15 minutes before the kids come home. You don't have time to listen to the full show. You're craving Jags content. The YouTube page is for you. We have a separate playlist called Brent and Austen Show Segments. It's Jags only conversations right there every day. Subscribe. Don't miss any Jags content. Action Sports Jacks.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily access Action News Jacks Now using your Roku device. First, launch Roku. Next, use the menu list to scroll down to the search feature. Then, use the remote to enter Action News Jacks into the search bar, and then click Action News Jacks thumbnail. Once you see this screen, go ahead and select Add App. Wait a few seconds for it to install. Once it finishes installing, press the Start button on your remote and click on Move App or Move App to the top. Finally, select the app back on your home screen to open it. Now you can watch all the great content on Action News Jax Now. Live daily breaking news.
We have breaking news happening right now in Clay County.
First alert weather and traffic.
Looks like we have a tornado warning. Let's take a look at that.
Action Sports Jax 24/7.
We've got the Brent and Austin Show daily, live sporting events, and long-form interviews you can't see anywhere else.
And shows like Law and Crime and much more. And that's how you access Action News Jax Now using your Roku device.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Action Sports Jax 24/7 is your home for high school football in the 904. Get ready for each week of action Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock with the Blitz Breakdown, talking everything high school football in the Jacksonville area. And when the lights get bright on Friday night, Action Sports Jax 24/7 is there with live broadcasts of our game of the week and the Friday night Zone Blitz, giving you live looks into the biggest games in the area and coverage lasting until midnight. Here's the kick, the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked!
And they're going for the end zone, and they got a guy! Touchdown! And what?
Find these broadcasts available on YouTube, X, Facebook, and of course, ActionSportsJax.com. And the action doesn't stop there. Find even more high school football on the Action Sports Jax social channels with content posted throughout the week. When you're looking for the best high school football coverage in the 904, Action Sports Jax 24/7 is ready for the Blitz.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
The funniest thing about this to me is that you love this deal, like what we're about to do here. And it's like the most elementary, like it's kind of a fun little thing, but it's also very elementary. It's not like very sophisticated, and it looks like it's from 1984 when you click on the website.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like everything's dressed up these days, all these graphics.
Yep.
This thing looks like I'm playing like Atari. Yeah. Odyssey. I had Odyssey.
There we go. Yeah.
So anyway, it's the quarterback quiz. You got to rank the quarterback. So what do you want to do here? You want to guess whose is who?
I mean, I
already know. So
yeah.
You know. So I guess
so throw one up. Who's guessing first?
I'll guess first.
Well, you shouldn't guess first.
Well, hey man. I was just gonna say we gotta have the poker face.
No.
So scratch that.
That's done.
So scratch that part of the game.
That is out.
All right, yeah, this is mine.
I
Here we
was
go.
trying to figure out how we're gonna do this. Like who's guessing first because like I know what mine is.
Yeah.
So, all right, forget about whose is whose.
Forget about it.
This is mine.
Well, are we back to what are we doing?
I don't know. You just put mine up.
Okay. So we
So I
breaking
get-
down Brent's first?
Yeah, I got to break down mine because then we set the table for you two to go punch for punch.
Yeah, first of all,
You guys get emotional, I guess. I don't know. Hamby does for sure. He's going to
Gotcha.
get emotional.
the
here. I
way
don't-
that you sent me this screenshot was absolutely historic.
Why?
Sounds about right.
Did you the screenshot was so tiny and thin that I had to blur it and cut off the last row just to fit it on the screen.
Oh, really? I just took a screenshot off my computer and sent it.
Oh, it must have been.
Oh,
computer,
just use your phone though, huh?
Yeah.
Just use your phone.
You know, I have a hard. I don't use my phone a lot for like this kind of stuff.
Brent's gonna say he doesn't want a screenshot on his phone.
Oh my gosh, a screenshot.
Okay,
Come on.
okay. I'm just
Come on.
Okay.
No, what I do have to usually look up is how to screenshot on my computer.
Yeah,
I
Shift
think
Command or like whatever. That's
couldn't
the
do
one I
that.
got to look up. I actually did it
Yeah.
a couple of times with stuff today. But okay, so here we go.
Trevor Lawrence at 5.
Yeah, get him up there.
Wow.
All right, so what's my surprises here? Listen,
I'm going to be honest. Joe Burrow at number 7 is a little surprising.
that's
to me.
where it goes. I knew we'd get a little contested there.
Dak Prescott number 8 is a little surprising to me.
So here's the deal for me. I'll explain those away. I'm not as big of a Burrow guy as the rest of you. I haven't been. Yeah, sure.
But he has aura, Brent.
I know. I don't buy all that stuff.
He also has the best wide receiving core probably in the NFL.
Y'all saw that they posted that clip of him throwing that spin pass in the snow a couple days ago.
That cool.
Pass was like from 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Bro, find something a little bit more recent.
He hasn't played it since then.
Exactly.
There we go.
Listen, I'm not a hater on Joe Burrow. These guys have
bit.
loved him before. But yeah, I just feel like I want more out of Burrow. And I understand some of it's injury. I can't count too much against him, but also that limits a little bit of the sample size. I don't throw him in the category of those top 4 guys specifically. And I think that next tier has more to prove. And that's kind of the way this shakes out to me, where the first 4 guys don't really have a lot to prove. I think they have put themselves in the conversation year after year after year. They've done it multiple times, multiple MVPs for some of them, and now MVPs for all of them. And the rest of that group has to prove that they can get in there. And that includes Joe Burrow to me. And some of that is because of injury, but some of that's because of winning. He won in the second year. It blossomed everything. You could use it in your defense. Like, well, look what he did. He brought him to the Super Bowl. Okay, well, what has he done since? What have they done in Cincinnati since? They do have great weapons. He is very talented. But to me, he's also, like, it's a very choppy career path since that Super Bowl for Joe Burrow.
Can I ask you why Justin Herbert is above Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott?
Because I do like Herbert. I think the
What about him do you like?
I like I think he's a lot like Trevor.
He likes that he was getting groomed by his new fiance at training camp.
Because I'm just saying, did you like him last season? Because
no, it's not his fault, Austin. It's the offensive line.
Oh, it's the offensive line.
I'm not a Justin Herbert defender, but I would say, I mean, this is the way this thing gets presented for people out there. You actually go like, it'll say like Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott at one time. And I was like, I think I'd rather have Justin Herbert right now. And I'm a big Dak Prescott fan, as you can kind of tell.
And
but
okay, once again, but why Justin Herbert over Dak Prescott?
Mostly because of his legs.
Because his ability to scramble?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than Dak looks old to me. He looks older to me. And what? He does. He looks like he's not like Aaron Rodgers old, but he looks older.
Okay.
And yeah.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers old, you have him above Brock Purdy. So
no problem there.
Yeah. Can we be honest with why'd you have
Aaron Rodgers?
Well, there's a couple things, but yeah, why Aaron Rodgers
a better
above
quarterback
Brock
than Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy?
Yes. Yes.
That's a rough one.
I'm going to put Brock Purdy on the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, or I'm going to put Aaron Rodgers on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I will take Aaron Rodgers. No doubt.
He had a stellar year last year.
Okay.
No doubt. And same goes for Jaden Daniels, by the way.
Why has everybody just forgotten that Jaden Daniels was freaking raw his first year and he got hurt last year?
Because it's a little bit of the recency bias. But once again, if we go recency bias, wasn't Brock Purdy the top QBR guy last year?
I'm not that high on Brock Purdy. I'm not trying to defend Purdy. I'm trying
to defend Purdy behind Rodgers and Jones, by the way.
Yeah, I can't pick I couldn't pick Daniel Jones over Aaron Rodgers.
I do.
I couldn't do this.
I love that C.J. Stroud is 23, so you get my applause for that.
Let's see what else is a little. Drake May, I probably won't have as high as other people.
Bryce Young is just getting slandered on this as well.
I think Jordan Love is ranked a little too high based off of last season.
It's fun. It's weird how like some of it shakes out. Like in this quiz, like I didn't know that would shake out the way it did. You know, when you do the matchups.
Sure.
I thought Jordan Love ended up higher too. I actually didn't know if Trevor would get to number 5 based on how I picked it. But the way it shakes out. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm not as high on Bo Nix, and I'm not as high on
Drake May, obviously.
Drake May, as I think most people are.
Yeah.
So, And Caleb Williams. I think a lot of people would have Caleb Williams a lot higher.
I think you got it right.
I think you got about Caleb. I forgot what I had Caleb.
You had so much momentum for him.
I'll just do this for this one. You had Caleb Williams at 11. Austin had Caleb Williams at 12.
Okay.
I had Caleb Williams at 12.
Yeah. I think Drake May at 15 is crazy.
It's a little low.
I think the hardest guy to do on this list was Sam Darnold.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I felt myself doing that too.
Because I was like,
dude just won a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl, but would I take him over this guy? And I was actually surprised at how much love I gave to Jared Goff in the quiz.
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys have him, but I just think
we'll see.
He's now got a pretty good resume over time.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to that. I mean, there's been consistency and a lot of that's. I think I got like Goff or Darnold on there, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, but I feel like Goff knows how to take care of the ball a little bit better. I feel if he has to do a little more on his own, he can, and that's how I ended up going with Goff. I have more confidence in that.
Dude was second last year in passing yards. You're not wrong. But I do think you owe an apology to Drake May and also Jaden Daniels.
I'm a little surprised you guys think I don't owe an apology to Bo Nix. I'll be interested to see where you guys get him. And Jaden Daniels, yeah, maybe recency bias, but I'm on Jaden Daniels. I'm with what C.J. Stroud happened. C.J. Stroud's rookie year was unbelievable. Everybody had him as like a top 5 quarterback. He's going to be an MVP for years to come. Jaden Daniels did the same thing. We got nothing out of C.J. Stroud ever since. So I just think after that first year, you have to be able to prove it again because the league corrects on you.
Sure, but is it going to correct it? It's the same reason why you like Justin Herbert, the Jaden Daniels' ability to run. Like Stroud isn't that great of a runner.
No, he's not.
Jaden Daniels has, he's really a dual threat guy. He's like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have Jaden Daniels in the top 13 by the end of this year.
All right. Fair enough.
Here we go.
You guys, no problem with Trevor at 5?
No, I thought I would have him the highest of the three of us.
Really?
And I didn't.
Who's next?
All right, go ahead and let me crack my knuckles and get ready for this one.
It's me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I want to see you find something to tear apart here. I'm really curious with this.
Well, first of all,
I feel like I killed
that
this.
Good? I feel
no,
like I killed it.
I feel like I pretty much crushed this.
You didn't.
Okay. Go ahead.
Matthew Stafford at 5 is just ridiculous.
With his back injuries, he's going to last the whole year?
Oh, yeah, because he didn't just go for 46 and 8.
Hey, Hamby. Oh, yeah.
46
Hey, Hamby.
and 8.
Oh, yeah. They didn't just draft the first-round pick this year. Next.
I'm talking this list is for this year. You
Of
think
course.
Ty Simpson's going to be trotting out there?
So if he's that good of a quarterback, then why did they draft the first-round pick? Why did they give him some more weapons?
Because he might not be the quarterback in 2.5 years.
Or maybe this year with his back issues. Go on.
Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the National Football League.
False.
He's won.
No, he's not. But
Nobody had a better year than last year. There's not anybody in the league that I would want to get into in the playoff race right now.
Okay, so you're saying that if you're going to build a team today, and you
for
can have
this one year,
listen, let me finish. And you're going to have any quarterback at your disposal to build your team around. You're going to build around Matthew Stafford.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm not even arguing with that.
46 and 8.
Hey,
that's a little surprising.
I don't even have to argue with that.
Yeah. But I would say
go ahead and put that on Twitter and let's see how that goes for you. To take any quarterback in the league to start a team with, and you can go with Matthew Stafford. Best of luck to you. Go on.
I would say you have a tier then that you put Burrow in that tier of 5, and then the next tier starts after that.
Correct.
I'm assuming, but it starts with Dak Prescott.
Well,
okay.
Hang on. Wait. To me, there's the elite tier. There's only 3 guys in the elite tier. There's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, so you don't have Stafford in there?
Not in the top 3 that I would start a team with are right there. Matthew Stafford, yes, he was the MVP last year. I don't know how he's going to hold up this season. That's why he's 5th. He still has an arm and everything, correct. But can he play an entire workload of a season? Can he take the hits and everything? I don't know. I'm more confident Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen to stay upright the entire year than I am with Matthew Stafford.
All right.
That's what Matthew Stafford's number 5. What else you got?
Dak Prescott 6.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I have Dak Prescott 6 as well. We have the exact same 6
I was
and
the guy
7.
that liked
Look
Dak
at his
Prescott.
numbers.
No, I love Dak, man.
Dude went 30
Dak's
and 10
raw.
last year, was 3rd in the NFL in passing yards, and by the way, he's got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to throw to. Like, if you can do that in the first year in a new offense, what's year number 2 going to look like? We say it for Trevor Lawrence. Why can't we say it for Dak Prescott? So, yeah, I have Dak Prescott ahead of Trevor Lawrence. I think Dak Prescott's done it a little longer at a higher level, going into a second year with great wide receivers. Probably, to be fair, I mean, the Jaguars got the better trio, but I'm taking Pickens and CeeDee Lamb over the Jaguars' top two. So, yeah, I think Dak Prescott number 6 over Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, outside of the Matthew Stafford thing, which I think is one of the most absurd things I've seen in a long time, I'm actually surprised our lists are looking very similar, so I'm almost a little disappointed. Like, I have Dak Prescott at 6. I have Trevor Lawrence at 7. We flip-flopped May and Williams, but we're right there with Goff in between. We have Sam Darnold both at 12.
Sure.
This is not good.
So Drake May ahead of Goff, huh? And Herbert.
Absolutely. I mean,
I don't have May ahead of Herbert.
Drake May was an MVP candidate last year, and who was Drake May throwing to?
Kayshon Boutte.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's Exhibit A right there. Then there you go. Yeah, I mean, like, if we're gonna put Trevor in the category of like, hey,
fair enough.
I'm gonna put Drake May in the same category. Like, it wasn't like he was throwing to a bunch of all-star or Pro Bowlers at the wide receiver position. Shout out to Diggs. But.
Yeah. I just thought when he got he didn't do much for me in the big games down the stretch when it got like tough. Because, again, they played like one of the softest schedules in NFL history. And that doesn't mean they weren't good, and doesn't mean he's not good. I just feel like there's –
weather was also a factor.
Weather was a factor in both of the games, but even the Super Bowl was just okay.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is still too high, and it never fails. And I appreciate that you didn't have him in the top 10 because you've learned. But Jalen Hurts
where's Kirk Cousins at again?
Still 13. That's still a little bit too high for my liking for a guy that just gets carried every single game.
25 and 6 isn't good or what?
He's not a very good thrower of the football. I mean, just
25 and 6
watch
isn't
it.
good?
It doesn't look good coming out of the hand. He'll complete one deep ball to Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown.
I'm okay.
And it's
Does
just
Lamar
like,
Jackson
oh my
have
gosh.
a good release? Like, what are we talking about?
Lamar's
guy went 25 and 6 last year.
Yeah, he's not very good. He's definitely not better than Baker Mayfield.
You just can't say he's not very good and not support that. But okay, go ahead.
Why is
what else
Daniel Jones so low, man? 27th?
Is he playing this year to start the season off?
It looks like he is. Looks
okay.
like he'll be ready to go.
Is he going to be running?
I mean, they said he was rolling out of practice and taking snaps under center and dropping back. So
and who's he throwing to? Tyler Warren and who else?
I mean, come on, man. Alec Pierce.
Oh, okay.
$30 million man.
Yeah. Let's go and put him number 27. Thank you.
I mean, 27? Kyler Murray's? Bryce Young ahead of Daniel Jones?
Would you rather
Geno
have
Smith? Tyler Shuck?
Geno Smith is bad.
Jacoby
Geno
Brissett?
was horrid.
This is an agenda.
Is Daniel Jones starting week 1? I'll say it again, guys.
Well, I mean,
probably.
Yes, I think.
Do we know?
I think he is.
Like,
I think it's about the same.
Just like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, just like Patrick.
First of all, Patrick Mahomes came back for OTAs. I don't think Daniel Jones did. So let's get those facts right. Number 2, if I'm going to start a quarterback that relies on his legs just as much as his arm, I'm going to have some withdrawal.
Shuck, Brissett.
Okay, but hold on. And I don't expect anybody to necessarily memorize Geno Smith numbers.
You don't play fantasy football. That's
19 touchdowns, 17 picks for Geno.
Yeah.
He was 33 for me.
Cool. I think he's got a better situation now in New York than he ever had. And who is he throwing to in Las Vegas?
Brissett is miles better than Geno Smith.
Who has the longevity and the better resume?
Brissett or Daniel Jones?
No, I thought you were talking about Geno Smith.
Geno Smith or Daniel Jones?
Yeah. Go look at Geno Smith's numbers again in Seattle, and then come back to me.
He had 3 good years.
Okay, and what's Brissett had?
Well, he had a good last year.
He had one good year last year because they couldn't run the football to save their life. I'm going to start Geno Smith. Sorry.
No way.
Okay. What else you got?
Jacoby Brissett was actually like fantasy playable. Geno Smith was.
What did I just say, man? Because they couldn't run the football and he had to throw 50 times a game.
Well, he's going to do that same thing this year.
Oh, is he really with Jeremiah Love in the backfield? You think they're going to draft the first-round running back and
going
say,
to give it to him 25 times.
Hang on, Hamby, let me finish. So they're going to draft the first-round running back and use all the resources for that and then tell your quarterback, who, by the way, may not be the starter going forward, to say, go chuck it 50 times a game?
Not going to be the starter going forward. Give me a freaking break.
Okay.
Just because Carson Beck is starting the Hall of Fame game, which I am actually very interested in. I wasn't going to watch until I saw that.
He's been playing well, apparently, at camp.
I will be watching that.
Somebody hasn't been reading the training camp reports.
Oh, you're dialed in on Minshew tweets?
I'm dialed in with how Jacoby Brissett's doing. What else you got for me, man?
All right.
By the way, you're the worst lawyer ever. I haven't heard one argument yet.
What are you talking about?
What else you got?
I
Pick it apart.
Here's my well, we already did. I got to this observation though. I'll say that top 18, like that left side. This is where I always say the quarterbacking is the best it's been. I think from a depth standpoint, because that left side of that column, I think a lot of people could move up and down, and people are comfortable with their guy. That's where I think the quarterbacking is. That doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, there were so many years where it's like there might be 5 quarterbacks in the league that are good, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and now like Green Bay's pretty damn happy with Jordan Love. I mean, Jordan Love could be an MVP candidate if things go well.
Yeah.
I mean, has he been? I mean, Jaden Daniels could be an MVP candidate if he does pick up from his rookie year.
Sure.
You know? So, I mean, that's just that shows the depth. I do think there's pretty severe drop-off on that right side. I don't know who was bouncing into that, at least on your list. I had Aaron Rodgers on mine. Hamby, you got yours, or
Here we go.
You just talk about it?
There's Stafford. There's a Georgia Bulldog.
Number one. The number one Stafford thing is crazy.
No, it's not. He was the MVP of the league.
It does, yes. But I'm in the middle of you guys here on this one, all right? I just don't mean that shoves you to number. I don't think it shoves you to number
finished
one.
second, and you got it at number 10. So how are you justifying the MVP thing then?
Fair enough.
Stafford was way better than May.
Drake May was second in MVP voting.
Not okay. Well, there's more to it than just the MVP. Stafford was the best player in the NFL last year. He was.
I mean, I think Myles Garrett was, but go on.
I can put Stafford right there. 46-8 is unreal, man.
Setting the NFL quarterback sack record it's the best.
I mean, did you go back to the Jaguars game? He's throwing to freaking Parkinson and Ferguson and just 30 dropping 35, just like he was on another level. He's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
Onward.
Still like Dak, everybody. Trevor, I guess we are homered up a little bit on Trevor. Maybe.
Guess my list is great. After one.
Let's see, where am I going to pick this list apart? He's got Jalen Hurts down there.
It's really similar to mine, honestly. I mean, Hurts at 16 is kind of whatever.
I thought you guys would have more love for Bo Nix. I thought I'd be a little bit in the minority. It seems like everybody's high on Bo Nix. Like as much as they are in almost Drake May.
Yeah. I mean, we just have like the lasting effect of him getting hurt and everything. But like, Denver was a great team last year.
Yeah,
I'll say great. I mean, they were good.
How far off are Bo Nix and Drake May? Very similar category, or do you think Drake May is like that much better than him?
No, I think they're very similar. I think Bo Nix might actually take a step forward ahead of Drake May based off what he's throwing to now. You got Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutton, and Franklin doing their thing. Like, it's a pretty good wide receiving group.
You had Daniel Jones at 27 as well.
Yeah, man. I think it was a one-hit wonder.
Bryce Young a little high though, huh?
Bryce Young seems high.
I think he's a little bit slept on.
I wonder where you guys were going to put Jackson Dart too. I didn't give a lot of love to Jackson Dart at all.
Where's Jackson Dart on his list?
He's on 26 there.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with that.
I mean, it is.
I think I'm going to be honest, man. I think you got Shuck a little. Like, I think Shuck's ahead of Jackson Dart.
Yeah, he might be. That might be the one where I wish I could have flipped him. But
also Tua behind Penix.
Yeah, I think Tua's one. If you're going to give the argument of don't know if he's going to be able to play with Stafford, and I'm going to take it with Tua and say I'd rather take the upside of Penix in year 2.
How about no problem with Sam?
And especially Baker coming off of an injury too. Like, yeah, is Baker maybe the better quarterback? Sure, but he's also a little disgruntled right now. Like, I'm not mad at Sam Darnold being ahead of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Disappointing. You guys look too close.
I know.
Gosh. That's what you get when you know ball, I guess. Actually, okay, let's go back real quick. Fernando Mendoza, number 25.
Where do you want him?
Well, we don't really know anything now, do we? He's not even starting.
Where did you have him, do you know?
I think I had him lower, didn't I?
Yeah, I'll take the upside of him over
32.
Dart.
I had him at 32. No, see, like right now, if I'm starting a team, I'm taking Tyler Shuck, I'm taking Daniel Jones, I'm taking Jackson Dart over Fernando.
I'm not taking Daniel Jones over Fernando Mendoza.
I am. Simply because, like, there's a reason why he's not starting. Like, how many first overall picks do you usually see start in the NFL? Most. Right? Especially with a new regime.
Well, that's just how good Kirk Cousins is. You
There it
can't
is
really
again.
argue, and what a
There it
perfect
is.
way to wrap this segment.
How, by the way, is Shadrick Sanders on the list, but Kirk Cousins wasn't?
I know, if Kirk would have been on this list, he would have probably sat around
21?
24.
Do we all have Sanders at last? 'Cause I know I did.
I think we all did.
Yeah, we did.
As we should.
We did. You got Mac Jones in there as well. Great. I had the oddest one. I thought you guys might mix it up a little bit more. Yeah. My Joe Burrow from you guys had him at 4. I got him at what 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And then you guys didn't like my Aaron Rodgers.
All right. Well, one last thing, Hamby. You're taking Cam Ward over Kyler Murray?
Yes, I am. I think Cam Ward's a stud. Not necessarily insanely worried about him this year.
But let me ask you this. So did you take into account the teams that they play on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not as much as you do.
Sure. But you're confident with who Cam Ward's throwing to that he's going to have like a better year than Kyler Murray is? If Kyler Murray's going to be the starter, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be, in terms of who Kyler Murray's throwing to?
I mean, yeah, Kyler has better weapons. He might put
better coach.
Well, that's true also. It's funny the Titans seem to think that their weapons are so good with Calvin and Wandale, which I don't really get, but
come on, Well, I mean, they got that rookie guy too, who wasn't even the best rookie on his team, or the best, player on his team at Ohio State. But
yeah, that's I still don't know about the Titans, man. Sleep on them.
Oh yeah,
sleep on them.
Little siesta.
All right, hey, let's move on from our QB ranking quiz to the play-by-play man of the Arizona Cardinals. Say hello to J.P. Shadrick. Big news announced yesterday, departing here in Jacksonville in the Jacksonville Jaguars. 14 years it's been now here in Jacksonville, and now the new play-by-play guy for the Arizona Cardinals, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize Dave Pasch had been doing that for 24 years in Arizona. So had a nice run, now going to ESPN, opened up that opportunity, and JP kicked the door down. And now going to be missed, Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, you worked with him for a few months, and then he left.
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks volumes.
Nice going, Austin.
I think it speaks volumes. But he's been here for 14 years, he's seen it all. And 6 months with me, he goes, all right, I'm going to Arizona.
Yeah.
let me get that dry heat.
Survived Frisco, but couldn't handle you.
Couldn't handle me, man.
What's up, JP? Congrats.
Oh, what's up? Everything's up. Surviving Prisco. I don't know. I mean, I had a full head of hair before I started working with Pete, so that's changed. No, it's been a whirlwind, guys. The last, this happened so fast, and now I'm going through my house and packing up 12 years of living there, 20 in this city of memories. So it's like every time I open a drawer, it's like, oh, waterworks, and then the next minute it's like, oh, I don't need this, throw it out. So I'm doing that with my life. And then I'm doing it at work too. It's like, okay, the last show is tomorrow. And then talking to some of the people here, it's just a whirlwind of emotions, but I'm so excited to get out to Phoenix and be part of this Cardinals team.
That's awesome. It's just such a cool deal. You've been working a long time at it, and still a young guy, by the way. I did not know this many people liked you. Honestly,
that's part of it. Honestly, Brent, it's like, it's fun because, and you get this too. You both get this, right? You go around town and somebody wants to stop you and talk about sports or football or whatever. And I get the same thing, and I love it. I love every interaction. That's cool. But when it's put together collectively like that, it's overwhelming. I mean, I had no idea it was like going to be like that. Yeah. And that's another one that's like the roller coaster of emotions, So you're reading a comment or getting a text from somebody, and I'm very grateful.
Well, thanks for taking time for us. I just want you to give us a little bit of a. Can you take us behind the scenes of the moment? Because I don't think people fully understand. You've really been working at this for a long, long time. I mean, this is, some people say, hey, it's a dream come true. I mean, it really is. I mean, you've done a lot of different things in the business, but this was the main goal. And whether that started, we'll talk about in a bit, maybe to get to Major League Baseball someday, which is thought probably where the track could have been headed, and then shifted over to football and all the things that you've done. But was it a phone call? Were you speechless when you got it? Did you kind of think you had a good chance to get it? Because I think you were a finalist last year for the Titans gig. I think that was just last year. So give us a little bit of a play-by-play of the moment you got it.
Well, The process, like I said, was so quick. My first conversation, I had an email exchange like right when the Pash announcement came out, late June. But it was summertime. Everybody's on vacation. So we don't know what we're doing. Whatever. Okay. I get a phone call and they say, hey, let's talk tomorrow. And it was the first interview with one person. And it was July 17th. And then about a week and a half later, I didn't hear much else, just kind of going through my summer and trying to have some fun and, relax, get ready for training camp. And they, a week ago Saturday, messaged me. He was like, hey, we're going to get you on another interview with some executives this time. Okay, cool. Monday, we talked, this was a week ago Monday. Talked for an hour on Zoom with a bunch of executives about philosophy and, covering a team. One of the funny questions was not funny. It's a real question was, how do you deal when a team is having some adversity and your coaches and players my answer was, there is nobody you will interview that has more experience at this than me. And here's why. And went through the whole
my resume.
20-game losing streak, 6 coaches, but also a lot of good. I mean, 3 playoff games and trips to London. And I have that breadth of experience that I wouldn't have if I didn't work here in this role. So I think that impressed. And then 2 days later, that was Monday. 2 days later, I get a phone call and we're negotiating. And then Thursday, there's the offer sheet. And then I did Jaguars happy hour knowing I was leaving, but nobody else knew, including my co-hosts.
That's awesome, man. That's neat. It's pretty neat to work all this way to get it. And it's been good for a long time. Everybody knows JP's stuff. And I listened to like 3 minutes I think they put out, and it was a fun listen. They just put something out on Twitter. Do we have some of that, Hamby?
We do.
Let's take. I know you want
Mr. Audible Chocolate. No, we're good. Let's hear Mr. Audible Chocolate for a little bit here. I like it.
Blitz coming. Stroud thrown down the right side. Deep ball caught at the 5. Diving to the end zone. Touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. 42 yards. The snap. Held high. Back to throw McCord. Throws over the middle on a crosser. It's Marvin Harrison at the 15. Outside the numbers 10 to the 5. And he turns up and into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And it caps off a remarkable day for Marvin Harrison Jr. at the Horseshoe. Out of the shotgun, McCarthy has the snap, hands it off.
Good stuff. There you go. There's like 3 minutes of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think towards the end, it's like, and the Cardinals select Arch Manning with the top overall pick. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm joking.
Don't make him look bad in front of the new
I'll say this.
Man.
Jacoby Brissett was down on that list you just showed earlier. A little deep.
Sorry about that.
Reconnected with Minshew and Dewey, by the way, out there. How about that?
Nate Hackett is the offensive coordinator.
That's right.
Tony Sorrentino is the wide receivers coach. I've already been in touch with Tony. That'll be fun to kind of connect with some of those guys again from hey, they had a good team in 2017 here with those guys.
JP, you said you're kind of going through the drawers a little bit and kind of going through the memories. You spent a lot of time here in Jacksonville, and I'm sure you haven't really had a chance to really reflect on your time here, but if you're to think about it right now and I put you on the spot, what memory sticks out the most? And then second question, what memory in terms of was that your biggest learning lesson through your professional career?
You're talking about Jacksonville as a whole or with Jaguars only?
Jaguars only.
Okay. The moments, there's so many great moments that stand out. I mean, the Charger game, the post-game show after the playoff game was just so much fun. The run to the AFC Championship game in 17 season, that December when Blake couldn't miss. I mean, that was fun to watch and be a part of. The biggest learning lesson, I think, for me was, all right, how do we deal internally with the whole Urban Meyer situation? It was something that I didn't see coming. Nobody really saw coming. But, hey, guess what? The next show he's doing is the Urban Meyer show, and I have to host it. So we're not going to avoid everything, are we?
Sure.
What is this? It's not Russia.
Tricky.
So, there was a whole conversation and plan and strategy. And at the end of the day, it's like, well, he is the head coach. And it's the Urban Meyer show. Let's open it up. Hey, whatever you need to say about this. Then we're going to move on and talk football. And that was the strategy. But just the strategy behind that, I'd never really been a part of that kind of conversation before. So that was a big learning lesson for me. And I think that's carried on to a few different things since then. So those are two that really stand out. There's a whole lot more than that in both ways. But
Yeah.
we've got a lot to choose from.
Yeah. Hey, how hard is it to do play-by-play? Well, let me say this. I should say, I don't really know if it's hard to do play-by-play. How hard is it to do good play-by-play?
Well, it depends on what your definition of good is. And that's
vary,
part of this. That's part of this art too, that it's everybody has a different standard or a different thing they want to hear or like, or maybe it's a different, the team broadcast is probably going to sound a little bit different than the national broadcast, right? Like, okay, there's some of that. I think it's clear, concise. Where is the football? What is going on with the ball? Where is it on the field? Score time. Where is it on the field? Who has the ball in their hand? Where did they get to? Who made the tackle? Those are the key things that it's simple as that. Not simple, but those are the things I want to know when I'm listening. I want to know what's going on with the football. Where are they? What are they doing? And the rest is great. The analyst and the color part of it fills in and tells you why whatever the football just did happened, and what they did with it. But for play-by-play, it has to be dialed in and super clear of what's going on. There'll be some instances where it's not, and things are moving fast, no huddle, you're losing a little bit of that. But to me, that's where it's at, and being locked in and being correct. I mean, you're not going to be correct 100% of the time. Things happen, right? Yardage happens, whatever. But having a well-oiled team around you certainly helps the cause, and I think we're going to have that in Arizona for sure.
JP, when you talk about the play-by-play duties, obviously you're calling what you see, but I also feel like, you have to do a lot of history, like research and history of the Cardinals and trying to, dial back some things from the past. Well, you've been in Jacksonville for how long? And I understand, you've been doing college games and other games as well, but, how much time and research are you going to have to do so you're ready by week one in terms of, you feel confident with the history and calling back things if you truly have to?
Well, it's part of my process right now. I'm really trying to get into that. I'm going to sit here and watch the Hall of Fame game tomorrow night with my popcorn ready and my charts in front of me, and at least get to know the team now. But part of it is the historical things. For example, the guy who's in Las Vegas right now just got the job a couple of years ago and was not a Raider. He's from the East Coast. So he was advised to, hey, go figure out. The Raiders have been involved in some games with names, right?
Yeah.
Know what they are. And lo and behold, the first preseason game, there was a holy roller play.
Wow.
And he could reference that, and then they were like, okay, he gets it. So there'll be some similar things with the Cardinals. They've been involved in two big-time games against the Packers in the playoffs and Hail Marys and, wild finishes. So that will come up in the preseason week 3 when the Cardinals play the Packers in the LaFleur Bowl coming up. There's a bunch of those. Obviously, the Kurt Warner year and Fitzgerald's going in the Hall of Fame. Pat Tillman. This is in Arizona alone. They have a history since '88. Then you go back to the St. Louis years. And if you really want to dig deep, let's go to Chicago. That's where the team started, right? Morgan Athletic Club. This is the longest running pro franchise. 1898, Morgan Athletic Club started and then changed into the Chicago Cardinals and then moved to St. Louis in 61 and then moved to Arizona in 88. And then in 94, changed from the Phoenix Cardinals to the Arizona Cardinals. Tell Urban that. He didn't realize that either.
Neil Lomax, baby. Neil Lomax.
Dude, this guy's doing an interview right now, man.
That was impressive.
Plus, the Urban Meyer thing was nice, too.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
you remember? You don't know that name, Neil Lomax, do you?
I do not. No.
Isn't it Neil Lomax? I think that was their quarterback in the 80s when they were the Phoenix Cardinals growing up.
Okay.
Who's your inspiration? Play-by-play guy. Is it Eli Gold?
Well, yeah, I grew up with Eli, right?
Alabama.
And obviously Keith Jackson, when I was a young kid, was all over ABC. But then in later years, when I went to school, I started working for CBS Sports as a runner. And then after a few years after I graduated, I stayed on as a production assistant. And for 5 years, I was Vern Lundquist's spotter on the SEC on CBS in the prime years. That'd be 2004 through 2009. Prime Tebow years. LSU was good. Alabama's resurgent. Here comes Saban. I mean, it was every week a banger. And I got to figure out and stand beside Vern and watch him prepare and work games and help him work games. And, I'm 24 or whatever at the time. I haven't done anything in the business big. But to stand next to him every Saturday on a massive stage was such a learning experience, whether he knows it or not. And I think he does, because he messaged me yesterday.
Very nice.
Pretty
Very
awesome.
Cool. Very cool.
That was special. So those are the ones that really stand out to me. We can go way back old school. I studied a lot of Mel Allen because he was from Birmingham too. Longtime Yankee announcer, This Week in Baseball, that died in '96. Red Barber for Florida people was very influential when I was going back and trying to figure out how this should sound. Now that's an older school sound, but the basics, the fundamentals of it are my core principles are a lot of theirs.
Okay. You know what? I hear a lot in you, and that's why I was waiting to hear this name, and I know you probably really respect him, but I feel like I hear from time to time, not all the time, not exactly the same, Harlan, Kevin Harlan.
And it's funny you said that name, because literally while we have been on the air, Kevin Harlan messaged me.
Great guy.
Here.
Great
literally
guy.
Right here. How about that?
Yeah, good man.
So fantastic dude, and so genuine. Incredible energy. You can't match his energy. Like you get that you'd have to fake it to match it, unless it becomes real. And but he's one of the top of the game right now. Ian Eagle, adore him. He's fantastic and a great human. All these guys, man. I mean, we have them all on our shows. Like, that's part of our pregame show is I try to interview whoever's doing the game. A lot of time it's the play-by-play guy. Sometimes it's the analyst for the national TVs and other teams. But I've already had a lot of relationship with a lot of these people, which is really, really helpful to me.
JP, so we be working with, is it AQ Shipley, the center?
AQ Shipley in his second year as the analyst. Yeah, so AQ, how about this small world? AQ Shipley played like 12 years in the league. Mm-hmm. He was college roommates with Paul Posluszny at Penn State.
Wild.
How about that?
Unbelievable, right?
Okay.
Like, small world. And actually trains Robert Hainsey right now in the offseason. So he runs a place in Arizona where they train offensive linemen. So there's a handful of connections there already. I talked to AQ the other night, and he's great on the McAfee show, and he does the film segments and things, and he'll be really good in the pit there, offensive, defensive line. Mm-hmm. But he's got a great knowledge, I think, of everything going on the field and the personality to match it. Yeah. So at some point, I just got to wind him up and let him go, because he'll be fantastic.
Well, and I was going to ask, because working in the college game as well, JP, like, is there a certain position group that you find makes a better, color commentator, right? Like, I mean, I feel like center positions, they're always full of personality, right? I remember, Brad Meester from back in the day. I played with Dominique Raiola in Detroit. He had full of personality. So, I feel like centers are a great position. But, do you find certain position groups offer better personalities for what you're trying to do?
Well, I mean, I think it depends. Like, a quarterback can see the whole field, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of been his job his whole career. So I think naturally you lean a lot of times toward that as an executive, just for safety. Yeah, okay. But that's not the only thing that matters. I mean, there are other people that can see the game too. Yeah. And, does the personality match the person you're working with? Is this a team? This is a team sport and a team broadcast booth. It's not a monologue. It's not Vince Scully doing baseball for 9 innings by himself, So you have to be able to work together, and that's where the importance, and this is what I'm really looking forward to a lot, is being able to travel on Saturday, go have dinner with our crew, really figure out how each other interacts with others, and yourself, and just find that rhythm. Mm-hmm. It's there. I feel like I can talk to anybody, but when you need to, when it's hot, when the mic is on and the game's important at the end, that has to be a natural flow.
Yeah. We mentioned you were finalist for the Titans job, and we're glad you didn't get that because then we wouldn't have you on the show. So at least you don't have to worry about that part of things with Jags fans and everything else. But back in the day, you were doing Jacksonville Suns games, and you were on the I don't know if I've ever really asked you this, so share what you want. But, I mean, you were on the trajectory of the Major League Baseball path, right, or baseball path. I think Oklahoma City, by the time you got there, was that AAA, I think it was at that point? How close why did you pivot to football, and how close were you? And did you, at times over the years, damn, man, I was, a lot of play-by-play guys have turned over in Major League Baseball. You, maybe 10 years ago, you said, hey, I could probably have a Major League Baseball gig by now. What were some that you want to share, maybe the mechanics of all that? How'd you end up probably of the Arizona Cardinals instead of the Diamondbacks?
Pick a team, right? Yeah, I was minor league baseball right out of school. I moved around a bunch. I was in Wilson, North Carolina in the college wood bat league. That was my first job. I think I made $600 a month for 2.5 months and lived with a host family. That was my first gig. Radio, PR, fence signs, clean the concession stand, the whole deal, right?
A lot of hot dogs and burgers.
Absolutely. And then I went to Roanoke, Virginia for an off season as an intern. Then I went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota in independent baseball for a season, 90 games there. And then I came and got, I was looking for a job, couldn't get it, working back in Birmingham for a little while. And then the Jacksonville Suns popped. Pedro called me, and my first day on the job, the LA Dodgers are playing the Suns at the baseball grounds. I'm like, what have I got myself into? So I did 5 seasons with the Suns, man, radio, PR, and won 2 championships, 09 and 10 with the Marlins. We had such great prospects the last 3 years with the Dodgers come through, and Clayton Kershaw. And then with the Marlins, it was Giancarlo Stanton the next year, Mike Stanton back then. Those 2 guys are still, obviously Clayton just retired, but Stanton's still at it. I mean, those are special days. And so I was trying to move up. I had an opportunity to go to AAA in Oklahoma City, a spot that I had been before for the Women's College World Series when I was in college, calling Alabama softball and all things. So I had a little awareness. I went to Oklahoma City, a new adventure. Let's just try it out, and stayed there for a year plus. We were going into year 2, 2012, and I got a phone call one day from Dan Edwards, a longtime PR executive here with the Jaguars. And I had some connections. I had worked some game days on the PR staff and stuff here when I was with the Suns. Mm-hmm. And they were expanding the PR team, of all things. Hey, and can you design as well? I'm like, sure. Yeah. I didn't tell him that I had taught myself in design, and to do the game notes, right? Okay, sure. Yeah. So we talked a couple times, and so basically we started the season, and 4 games in, I had to go tell the bosses that I was taking a PR job with the Jaguars. So that's how I came back. And now to your question though, hey, was I close to a big league job in baseball? There was no guarantee of that. There was really no traction. Yeah, the ownership in Houston had changed. We were an Astros affiliate in Oklahoma City. And Milo Hamilton was getting a little older then, and then but they had Dave Raymond was with them. Brett Dolan was with them as well, 2 younger guys. I think Raymond's still in it at Texas, I think. But it wasn't like, these all are leaving at the same time. Who knows, Mm-hmm. And then Marlins, they had longtime Hall of Fame guy who I had been affiliated with. The Dodgers still had Vin. I think changing. So I don't know. You just never know. And the opportunity was presented in a city that I knew very well and in a big league. And let's go. I had no intentions of going back to broadcasting, mind you. That was not on my mind. I was like, you know what? Another career change. Let's go. Let's go learn PR. And then a year later, it morphed into pregame and postgame radio. And, hey, let's try this digital thing. You and John Ozier and Patrick Cavanaugh is your shooter. So good luck. Make it look good. And now it's this monster. So that's a long story, but here we are.
Good stuff, man. You can play-by-play guys do play-by-play of anything? You feel
I think so with the right preparation. Yeah. I mean, I can give play-by-play of you walking down the sidewalk, turning around the fire hydrant and coming back. leaning one way because you're limping or whatever. Yes. I mean, I think you can describe, if you can describe and you have vocabulary, which I'm still working on, everybody should be,
Of course.
how you use the words, I think you can describe anything.
Like,
Now, I did lacrosse for a year. I didn't know a damn thing about lacrosse. I did JU lacrosse the first year they have the program. Okay, I figured out there's two different lacrosse sports, men's and women's, totally different rules. So learn the basics, get in there, call the action. That's as basic as it gets.
I feel like we should just give you an exercise then, because Austin went shopping the other day for wine for a birthday party, and he ended up having to AI what to get because he had no knowledge of wine.
Don't drink
it,
man.
like, I feel like you doing play-by-play of Austin shopping for wine would have been kind of cool to put under that segment.
He is still avoiding the sommelier. He's taking the scenic route around the rack. He's looking on his own. This is a dangerous situation for Austin because if he picks wrong, the party is ruined.
You threw out some words. That's pretty good that you could throw out a wine word. We have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I don't know if he's made that up or not.
Yeah.
And he didn't even drink wine, and he threw those words out there.
You throw some bourbon out there. Now I got words for you.
There's bourbon. JP Shadrick, new voice of the Arizona Cardinals. You got anything else for JP?
No, man, JP, I just want to tell you, man, I was always raised under the premise of, you're only as great of a person as your friends will say you are. And obviously we all know you're a great person already, man, but seeing all the interactions on social media and everything and just hearing, people sing your praises, man, it's great to see. And, I got to work with you just for a brief amount of time, but I learned a lot in those moments. And I always say the ultimate compliment is, would you want to have a beer with somebody? And anytime you're in town, man, I'll have a beer with you any day of the week, man. I enjoyed working with you. I appreciate everything that you did for me. It was a time and a half, man, and we'll see you down the road.
Austin, you're the best, man. You were on the team when I was on the PR staff. Like when I started,
That's wild.
I've known you for a long time. Wow. Fortunately, I didn't have to deal with you. I had to deal with Justin Blackman. That was a different animal. But it was. It's been a fun run with you, man. And you're going to do great things. Obviously, in this business, you already are, and it's only going to grow. And Brent, hey, man, you're the king, brother. You're doing all this stuff, man. You're fantastic on TV and. On the sidelines on preseason and this show, which I've never been on until today. So I don't know why. Right? I don't know what happened.
That is a little wild.
I don't know if you called an agent that I don't have. I mean, I don't know what happened. But
I figured if Kevin Harlan's texting you, I would too.
That's really nice. Thanks. But no, it's a pleasure, guys. It's always been fun to stand around and practice field and talk ball with you guys. And we'll do it anytime. Anytime you want to talk Cardinal football,
I love it.
To call.
It's going to be awesome, man. Great. Looking forward to listening to you. Safe travels and moving out there. I know that's a lot going on, but at least you don't have to get a winter coat. You're going to the desert.
That's right. Yeah, I can thin out some of this clothes. I might have a yard sale because I have a ton of Jaguar gear.
Hey, play of the yard sale. Record it, please. All right, and send it to me.
I'll do it.
See you, man. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, JP Shadrick, long-time Jacksonville guy, from the Suns to the Jaguars and now to the Arizona Cardinals. Great for him, man. I'm really excited for him. He really worked a long time to get this opportunity, and he's going to kill it.
I'm kind of inspired for a game now, dealing with what he's going through. I say we get a game between you, me, and Hamby where we each put out like our resignation saying, hey, we're going to go on to bigger and better things. And whoever has the greater comments about like, hey, we're going to, like the sweeter comments from all the fans wins the game.
I ain't winning that.
Because, dude, I mean, what it's the best, right? Like, I mean, obviously he's going on to bigger and better things in Arizona, but like, we're not actually going to do it. So we just put it out there. Right? And then we get the reaction. And then we go, oh, just kidding. Never mind. We're actually staying. It's almost like attending your own funeral, but you're not actually dead.
Yes.
It's like peeking behind the curtain,
that
seeing like,
good.
What are they mourning me?
Good. I've actually seen it happen a little bit where people have like said, hey, I'm leaving, and then reverse course and come back. And then they actually did get it all.
JK. That's the new game.
Just kidding.
My mom's going to be, oh, I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
I actually think we should just start doing play-by-play of random things.
Ronan's going to be like, I'm sorry, are we moving? What? You didn't tell me? No, I do like the play-by-play random things.
He did the wine thing pretty good, too, man. He dove right into it. I like it.
Yeah, man.
I like it. We will take a break. Brent Martineau Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Congrats to JP.
Attention, Jacksonville drivers. We heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil change without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it in the neighborhood, running errands. Just realized you're overdue? Just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
No one does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austen. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
Wide open, caught for a touchdown.
the NFC,
He gets there, touchdown, Seattle.
the PGA,
Unbelievable.
World Cup soccer, NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big time victory in Nashville.
baseball,
Fly ball deep center, up it's going back. The ball is going long.
local Jag shows,
You can feel the energy in here. There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
and of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews,
We got the best fans in the NFL.
the biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be. On CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jax 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval!
ETN is going to take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
Welcome Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Offensive coordinator
Have you
of
seen
the
this?
game. I heard about this. I didn't know if it was real or not. I'm not going to lie.
This is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen.
So this is real.
If you need a laugh later on in the day, just search Akron on your Twitter feed and look at the comments and the quotes to this. It's unbelievable.
But real quick, is this real or not? Because I thought it was fake.
It's real.
Okay.
I don't know if it's real or not. I saw it too, and everybody's commenting on it. So what is this?
Yeah.
Can you read the fine print here?
Yes. So if you buy season tickets, which are $75 for the entire season, you enter into a group. One lucky fan will be able to script the opening drive in the home opener, regular season game. Extra chance to win with every new season ticket holder you refer. Random drawing among season ticket holders drawing will be held on August 19th.
Mm-hmm.
You can call the opening script of a real-life D1 college football game.
I know everybody's hating on it, and I get it. But you know what's going to happen in this? It's like they're going to sit in and help craft the game plan. Right? You're going to have like a front row seat to craft the game plan. Like the coach is going to be like, "Yeah, we ain't running that play, dude." Like that's what's probably going to happen. I would think. Like this is how we script it. You get a front row seat to see it, and then you get some input. Hey, here's 3 plays to pick from.
Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, probably not that.
Four verts.
All go.
I think there's a little context in that. So with that being said, like,
well,
that's not a.
There is some fine print at the bottom there that I can't even tell.
Yeah.
I mean,
let me blow that up real quick.
I don't think you can see that. That's Braille.
This reminds me of Mike Mularkey.
Yes.
You played for him is 1 year.
It says, quote, with the head coach, of course. This hasn't been done before, but we're not crazy.
No, but hang on. There's fine print below that.
Yeah, that might just. Yeah, that fine print.
That fine print.
That looks like movie credits.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I got nothing for you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's got to probably be the contest rules.
You aren't actually going to be called. Yeah.
Actually, the license like they have a commercial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side effects include.
But anyway, I think there's a little context here. I think it's being a little bit assumed that you're just going to call Statue of Liberty plays. But hey, Mike Mularkey, 2012, auctioned off with I think the Tom Coughlin J Fund the ability for a fan to call the first play.
I remember that.
Of the preseason game.
Preseason is much different.
Well, I get it. They don't have a preseason in college, but that was cool. Like really cool. And by the way,
the MAC.
that has happened again this year. Liam Cohen has done the same thing, I think, for a couple of the games.
Yeah.
And they raised a bunch of money doing it at Tom Coughlin J Fund at Gala a couple months ago. So pretty neat opportunity. But again, I think it comes with a little like, you can't call the Statue of Liberty play. On the play, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to call? And to that degree, if you had the opportunity, what would you call a play? Like in real context, right?
Split zone out of 13
I was
personnel.
going to say, I don't know, I formation halfback lead. Like, what do you? I mean, you talking about a crazy play? Like,
no, I just think if you had to, I mean. Here's your dagger, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are you calling right off the rip of a game? Now, unfortunately, again, in the preseason, you might not be using the guys that are going to play in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always thought this. I always think at the start of a game, I even think of this at the start of a practice or when the Jags are going to have a mock game on Friday or maybe the preseason. Let's just say you were so intentional all year about working on the deep ball. How about just right off the rip, go to it? And my guess is there are a lot of defenses that are ready for something like that to set the tone because you don't see it very often. Usually you'll see a drop back. Maybe you get a little play action, but it's usually a safer play from the quarterback. And I just think you probably look that way maybe to see if it's available early, but then you just never get to it because they're ready for it. But you just don't see too many games start off with a bomb. And I think it would be great.
So if you're asking me if I had any choice of a first play,
first.
If I'm running any play on the first down, I'm doing a quarterback kneel. And then when they interview me after the game to ask what's up with the first play of the game, any quarterback kneel, I'm going to tell them I just wanted to practice for the end of the game. I want to make sure that we had it.
Foreshadowing.
I just want to make sure that we had it dialed in for the end of the game.
By the way, I saw
that's what we call
Jack
going
Japan
viral.
said that he would call 21 pony personnel. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's what I'd be calling.
You'd be calling freaking Wildcat.
No, I would not. I didn't say I love the Wildcat. I defend it more than you guys hate it, if it works. But I do like that 21 pony now. I will do that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite play, seriously, like that the Jags ran last year, like that you think would work?
Not the Wildcat.
Your split zone concept like that, that's a reasonable play, right?
Yeah, but it's more like meat and potato, Like,
yeah, it's just
not
boring. It's kind of boring.
Yeah. But I mean,
Which also
I'm
shows
with
you what you
Hamby.
got to do as a play caller. Sometimes you got to be boring.
Well, for sure. But like me and Hamby were, we had those hungry eyes last year for that split zone. Like I do like it just because I've been in those situations playing the defensive end.
Yeah.
And granted, back then when I played, you could cut block and everything, so I added another element and a wrinkle where it's probably even more effective. But I am a fan of putting defensive ends in a bind and making them maybe second guess themselves a little bit. And when they're doing that, you're playing a very physical brand of football. Like that combination of defenses guessing and a physicality of running the football, it's a great combination to try to establish dominance.
The Cam Little 85-yard bootleg to the right, find a tight end across the middle. I actually think, William, that would be a cool one to go with because of all the narrative this year. What if you threw it to Borkature on the first play? Right? Double tight end set.
Yeah.
Throw it to Borkature.
Throw it to Quentin Morris. Like, have like 13 personnel.
Yeah,
have Quentin
right
Morris in there, and Quentin Morris gets the ball. Forgot about him.
That would be, I tell you, I think that play calling would be so much fun, but also you have to be so disciplined. It's like a good gambler in a way where you have to take the boring, right? You have to take the easy win. If you're disciplined, you can maybe make some money if you're a gambler. You can't just gamble all the time. Like I'd be a horrible play caller because I'd be like going for the shots all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like being in a fight, right? Like, sometimes you got to feint,
Yeah,
you got to set things up, then you throw the haymaker.
Yeah, and I think that's hard. Like people, that's the easy part. No, that's the hard part, especially in like that kind of sport, your sport, where knockout is king, and by the way, some money, to go along with it. So, that'd be a fun thing to do. We might have a little bit more on that coming up in our pregame shows, depending on the sideline reporting of the preseason on those first plays that were given away at the Tom Coughlin J Fun Gala. All right, we didn't pick Josh Cameron as a camp darling, but there could be some momentum for Josh Cameron to have a bigger role on this football team. A lot to like there. The receiver out of Baylor. We try to bring you sounds of camp, and
Mom's friend of the show, by the way.
Mom is a friend of the show. Mom's dialed into the show sometimes. I don't know about all the time, but sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So hello to Mom. And he's a cool cat, too. Josh Cameron opened some eyes in the spring for sure and could play a role. What kind of role? Very hard to tell at this point. Our Sounds of Camp brought to you by Metro Foundation Solutions. Be safe and sound at your home. Foundation repair, crawl space, and gutter solutions. Get a free estimate, 904-468-0454, or go visit metrofoundationfl.com. Here's me, O'Brien, with Josh Cameron yesterday.
Wide receiver. Can I say kick returner too? Is that part of your game, Mr. Cameron?
That is part of my game. Yes, ma'am. That's part of my game, no doubt.
Wide receiver and returner, Josh Cameron. Josh, I noted it to you as you were walking off the practice field. Feels like you and your family have really already ingrained yourself here in this Jacksonville community. Describe the last 4 months since you were drafted.
Yeah, no, it's just been so awesome. It really just kind of reminds me of, honestly, Baylor, if I could be honest. Both just like that community, family-like atmosphere. My mom, she was the team mom up at Baylor, and so as soon as she found out I was drafted here, she was already connecting with the little groups and really just wheeling and dealing, I guess you could say. But no, it's just been an awesome experience so far. I just felt welcomed and really just been glad to be here, being able to compete. I was dealing with some little injuries and stuff like that. They let me come back, get to my normal self, and I'm feeling ready to go for sure.
Going through the pre-draft process, where were your expectations of Jacksonville potentially being on the radar, but also where you were selected?
Yeah, no doubt. I think the first time I came to contact with Jacksonville was at the Senior Bowl. We were doing like little interviews, and so I was just kind of telling my agents about the little interviews I had, and then they were telling me that Jacksonville was starting to show a little bit of interest and things like that, like who I am, because here they believe in toughness, character, about who you are. Obviously, the play that speaks for itself, but just those intangibles type deal. So whenever I found out Jacksonville was on the radar, I was just kind of like, ooh, that would be pretty cool to be out in Florida, no taxes, things like that. But really just to be a part of this culture, this community, it's been an awesome journey so far.
You had a chance to listen to that clip from the hunt where the scouting staff was banging the table for you?
I did. Let me see. My dad actually sent me that clip. He said, "Hey, take a look at this video." So I think that was really cool for all the staff to just really have my back and just to be there for me. It's just such an awesome feeling to have, knowing that there's people behind.
Interesting is speaking with CJ, your fellow classmate in this draft class. What's been interesting is you guys almost came in and you knew this is what Jacksonville is looking for. 1 year ago, we didn't know what intangibly rich was.
Yeah.
Now, are you able to sum that up into words what a Jacksonville Jaguar is?
Yeah, I would say a Jacksonville Jaguar is first and foremost. You got to be able to play. That's the ground level. But a Jacksonville Jaguar is someone who's tough, someone who's mentally smart, someone who just has the intangible, someone who can do it on and off the field. So I think it really comes down to that toughness aspect, though. That's what this team is built on. Really, I guess just in general, when it comes to media, we can be overlooked, things like that. And so whenever it comes to being overlooked, we kind of got that chip, that underdog mentality. So when we carry that, no matter who we go against, anyone, anywhere, anytime, any place, like it doesn't matter where we're playing, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna give it our all for sure.
Speaking of that toughness, that's certainly one of your calling cards, both coming out of college and what we've seen so far on the grass. In addition to that 2.7% drop rate, when you are selling yourself through the pre-draft process, but even as you describe your game now, what do you take the most pride in?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Just that low drop rate, that making the contested grabs, using my physicality, using my body. Obviously, I'm a bigger body receiver, and so I'm just even going against some of the DBs. They're like, "Hey, you strong, dude." So I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm just out there playing, man, just doing me." So that's just something I kind of try and carry, really just trying to embody, really just take pride in for sure.
You've thought of the dynamic kick return opportunity ahead in the NFL so far?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot so far. Coach Heath has really just kind of sat me down and kind of told me like some things where he kind of sees me type deal. So being able to get out here, and it's real similar to the almost a punt return, I guess you can say, like I did in college. And so being able to transition into that and just kind of hitting on the ground running, getting used to it and getting more comfortable with it, I've really been enjoying it so far for sure.
Thing I know he told us too is he sees you as a core 4 guy, not just as a returner. And I know I heard some of the staffers on the sideline yesterday note on punt, you got a role there too in the coverage team. Describe that role.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a little bit different. It's the personal protector. That's what I've been kind of getting the reps at. And so at college, I wasn't really on the unit. I was kind of left tackle, gunner, things like that. And so being the one making the calls has been a little bit different. But I think that's something that I can do. I'm able to kind of pick up on things quickly. That's another thing I kind of sold myself on, just my smartness and things like that. And so just being able to get out there, get the reps, get comfortable, and it's kind of starting to become like clockwork nowadays.
He told us yesterday that he told the wide receivers, hey, we're going to run a lot of plays, and by run a lot of plays, we're going to have a lot of running plays in camp throughout this next week. For you guys, what's your reaction to, hey, may not be as many passing opportunities, but that means the run game?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's something I love to do. I love to block. I love to get down and dirty. Just whenever I see a safety coming down, it's like, come on, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So it's just been real enjoyable to be able to kind of show that because I was able to put that on tape last year, and then just getting here and just be the hammer, not the nail. That's just been my focus. Just telling myself like I can do this. You're here for a reason. I'll go take it to him type deal.
To know Josh Cameron off the field a little bit, what's the most fun you've had in Jacksonville beyond the football field?
Yeah, for me, I'd have to say going to Neptune Beach. That was kind of in June, kind of during OTAs, because it was a longer weekend. So me and some of the other guys went down to Neptune, just kind of hanging out there, just kind of spending the day there, just getting to fellowship and just kind of chill.
Besides football, what is your hidden talent, favorite hobby?
Ooh, hidden talent. I don't know about hidden talent, but I'd say favorite hobby is probably watching anime. I'm big on anime, reading manga. Once I'm outside of football, that's the main thing. When I get home, that's what I'm doing. I'm watching.
Plenty of them to the hotel?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like I said, when I get to the hotel, I'm relaxing, kicking to watch some anime. I'm watching B-Tomb right now. If you know, you know, for sure.
Of all the rookies, who's the one who we got to keep an eye out for, not just on the field, but who's going to be like the walking soundbite, the funniest guy in this draft class?
The funniest guy? I probably had to give that to Husky, Jalen Husky. He's just wherever he goes, he's saying something kind of quippy, something kind of funny. So I think you got to watch out for Husky for sure.
What's the dynamic between you and CJ? Because I feel like, having talked to CJ during the off-season program and you here today, I feel like both you guys are pretty I mean, we heard this also from some of the staffers. Like, you guys, it feels like you've been 4-year pros already, the way that you two carry yourself. What's the relationship like between you two?
Yeah, no, that's my guy. That's my dog. I kind of, as soon as we got in, I remember the first day, just getting on the bus, we were just kind of chopping it up, and we just kind of instantly hit it off. And so, yeah, that's my dog at the end of the day. We were texting over the break, just kind of checking in, see how we're doing, and when we got back, just kind of hanging out. We were on rookie duties too, so we just went to Costco to get some snacks for the vets. And so,
what's the go-to?
See, there was a variety. There was honey buns, there was trolley gummies. It was a variety. Gusher, yeah. So it was very specific. We got some seeds and all that good stuff. So, no, but that's my guy, and yeah, no, that's my ride or die for sure.
Durfee told me, he goes, no one else has come up to me and said, oh, you're Prospect X. But CJ Williams came up to him and said, you're Prospect X. I said, yeah, because he's paying attention to everything.
For sure, yes, man, no doubt.
Josh, thank you so much. Appreciate you, and best of luck the rest of the way in training camp.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
I want to go shopping to Costco with those guys now. See what's up. Bringing it back. Hamby, you are not an expert there.
What?
What? Costco. You're not an expert.
Yeah, I am.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, I got a membership.
You actually got him the membership?
I got your membership, didn't I? Yeah.
No.
How many times have you been since you
Hold
went?
up. Hamby, I got you the membership for Christmas.
Oh, no. I already had one, and so I used it at Costco. Yeah, I used what you gave me. Yes. But I already had the card.
Okay.
We've had this conversation.
Okay.
I promise. This is one of your only non-elephant.
No. I got you, but I did get your membership, but you already had it.
Right. So I just used the money for my next.
There we go.
Grocery bill.
Gushers. Yeah.
No gushers.
Gotcha.
A lot of ground turkey, Wagyu hot dogs, and sweet potato.
Because I'm pretty sure the quote was, you can teach a man to fish, because I gave him the meat the first year. Or no, I can give a man fish, or I can teach him how to fish, and I gave him the Costco membership.
That's right.
That's what it was.
It's deep meanings. I like this.
Yeah. You got to make it personal. Same thing with the wedding gift. Got him nice. I just gave him a couple bucks, but I had a nice thing with it.
He did.
What'd you get him, Brent? Nothing. All right, cool.
That's not true.
Shady Rays. What'd you get him?
Shady
Hey, dudes.
No, but I speaking of Shady Rays, the
pivot. Pivot.
Shady Rays. First of all, I would say I was thinking of this the other day.
John Stockton pivot. Yeah, what do you got, man?
There's twofold. One, we did an endorsement with Shady Rays back on the old radio side, obviously, and haven't since. But
they still a company?
Yeah, I think they've survived without me somehow. But I would say, I do I keep buying. Like, I'm not mad that we're not doing an endorsement with them. I keep buying for Shady Rays.
It's gonna be a clip. Yep.
So maybe we get them back.
What is it? Yeah. What is it about Shady Rays?
I'm a good customer and a good endorser.
What is it about Shady Rays that you like so much?
Well, I just like the fact that I've had them for a long time.
Sure.
They're durable, stylish, and it's reasonably priced.
I mean, we say reasonable because I'm seeing shades these days, Brent. We're talking what, $200, $300 for a pair of Shady Rays?
We're talking about $40 or $50
up front.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
That's it. And by the way, you
presidential pictures.
As you know, used to be able to use like code Brent and get 50% off.
Yeah, that's when I got fired, but I didn't use that. I try to save you from that for the clip, the segment.
You could have bought the Shady Rays to hide the tears.
Yeah. I get it with my wife. Hey, well, I got fired, but hey, good news. We got some glasses.
So one other story, I actually do need to probably shop a little bit on Shady Rays because this happened last week.
Clip it.
I said to Steph, so I have like 2 pair right now that are in the rotation.
What's a clip?
And I said to Steph, I was like, I can't believe I've had my these Shady Rays, these sunglasses for so long, because usually you lose them or
they break. They're
not
made
Shady Rays, don't break, but
are
you
they
might squish them or something like that, right?
Are they also made in the USA?
Yeah.
Are they really?
I think.
Okay.
But anyway,
don't clip that
so I tell her that, guys, the next day, I'm leaving Jags camp when we were live there on, I think it was either the Monday with Cohen and Trevor.
Yes.
And so I'm getting the wagon out, putting all the stuff in my car.
Yep.
And I put the sunglasses on the bed of the truck, the side.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
And I get home at some point that night, and I'm like, where are the sunglasses. And I tracked back, and I'm like, I never took them off the bed of the truck. They're in the parking lot at Jags, now squished.
Yeah.
I had literally said it 24 hours earlier to Steph. I was like, I can't believe how long I've had it. And she even said, she's like, well, that ain't going to happen. You're done.
Yeah.
And I was literally done 24 hours later. I couldn't believe it.
Dang.
So now I got to go buy some more.
There you go.
How long can you keep a pair of sunglasses?
6 months
without losing them, or I mean, I'm not going to bring. I can go a year or so and some change.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so bad about it.
Like, do you have like expensive sunglasses?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Hamby? Come on, you splurged at one time
No,
at
no.
Providence Stallions baseball team,
No.
traveling down to Fort Myers. Everybody's got to have a pair of Oakleys or whatever it is.
I've never owned a pair of Oakleys. I've never owned a pair of sunglasses that were more than $48.
My man.
And that's how much mine are right now. And I buy the same pair over and over every time I lose them. They're not Shady Rays, maybe they need to be. But yeah, I'm about 4 to 6 months, and I'm buying. I'm at least buying a new pair twice a year.
Mine were $20.
That and my my headphones.
Gotcha.
Always lose my headphones.
Really?
Yeah.
All the
like
time.
the AirPods?
I don't use AirPods. I'm still a wire dude.
Oh wow. And you
Um,
lose them?
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It happens.
That's it's kind of one of those microplastics deals. I don't want the Bluetooth waves all day with my AirPods.
Are you serious?
It's a thing that's going around, but
Are you serious?
I know.
Actually,
Is
I've
that a
never.
thing?
It is, but it's ironic. I've had wired headphones since the beginning, and I continue to buy those. I've never bought AirPods. I've never owned Bluetooth AirPods, and so even in college, like I was getting made fun of. Why in the world do you still have wired headphones? I like them better. I thought they were more durable, and they were $20. So if I lost them, and I probably bought 15 pairs from Walmart over the last 6 years, but hey, works for me.
Real quick, I wanted to go to Delphonic, ask me a question. If I watched Batum, which is what Josh Cameron said about the anime.
Nicholas Batum, corner 3.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't watched Batum yet. I've heard it's pretty good, but also, like, just reading the synopsis, I feel like it's not like Solo Leveling, and I just knocked out whatever the 3 seasons of that. So I'm a little more on, like, the ninja anime things right now, but it does sound intriguing. I think it's only 1 season, too, as well. What's that?
Delphonic, I don't know if he's listening to your answer because he's firing off another funny.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And then I want to give my son, I think 2 years was with my son for Shades. He can keep
2
them. I
years?
think he said, I saw in the chat.
Is that what he said?
I think so.
2 years for an 11-year-old?
I mean,
that's impressive.
He still has this. Yeah, he's got a couple pairs.
Yeah,
but
Ronan said 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Ronan,
responsibility.
Go have a good day, man.
Yeah.
Steven, I think you said you're going to go to Bono's because of me. We'll go to Bono's then. Bono's is great.
Ronan called Cap on something else, but I don't know what it is,
Oh,
and
is that
now I
what he
really
is?
wish I
No, don't be calling cat bombs now, son. Like, but it not been for me.
Hey, Ronan, you can say whatever you want. I don't understand that one still.
You better get used to it because we're going to school next week, so get it in now.
I can't remember if cap or no cap is good. That's what I get confused on.
It's going to be a rude awakening next week when that school starts back up, Brent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Hey, just use recess to listen to the Brent and Austin show.
There we go.
Do you still do recess?
Look at this fool on it. Say what?
We still do recess?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I have seen Mob Psycho 100, man. Yeah, it's a great one. Stylistically, a little like One Punch Man, but I like Mob a lot.
Hey, Wednesday anime for an hour.
I like
After
it,
the Brent and
man.
Austin
Let's
show.
do it. Yep.
We will.
Let's not.
Let's not. Oh,
Hey, you know what? At least we're talking about anime in the chat. Atlanta Braves got absolute crickets.
That's not true. He got heat. He got heat.
It did get heat. You want to talk about
perfectly
heat?
fine.
We had F-bombs in the chat for
Really?
that. Oh,
We're talking
yeah.
a little baseball.
Yeah.
It's like WWE. I don't care what kind of reaction it is as long as it's a reaction.
All right, Dad, I have that. Wow, look at Ronan. He's all in now.
You got some riz, my dude. Little man, I'll see you tomorrow. Be good, please. I'll talk to you later this evening.
I love it.
Yeah.
We will. I actually won't be here tomorrow. I'm actually taking the kid up to college. So Austin will have you, and Hamby as well.
All right, Braves, Brewers, more chit-chat.
Let's go, baby.
Get ready for the
Braves won 6 in a row.
Either that, at the very least, he should redo his quarterback quiz to create a little more debate there.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Oh, man.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Colt Tilly, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997.